What's up, guys? It's Bumpkins. Today is Wednesday, October 13th. Wednesday means New Comic Book Day. New Comic Book Day means New Comic Book Haul video. As always, I went down to Infinity Flux here in Chattanooga, Tennessee for another good-sized stack of books, but one that's a little bit smaller than what I've gotten recently. I didn't pick up any dollar issues today because Infinity Flux actually had a sidewalk sale this past Saturday. They had a ton of back issues that were half off. I picked up, I think, like 87 different issues, so it's way too much to show in this video, but I got a lot of Punisher War Journals and Daredevils and a lot of Midnight Suns related stuff, Darkhold and Morbius and Night Stalkers from the 90s, so that stuff was super cool because I used to love that stuff back then. But today we'll just focus on the stuff I actually got today, and we are going to start off with Amazing Spider-Man number 76, the Joe Justco variant. If you guys don't know, these Joe Justco variants are actually reprints of the 1992 Marvel Masterpiece Joe Justco card set. Joe Justco drew the entire set of these. So, you can see this is from 1992, and this is from today. So, and there's a bunch of these ones out there. I haven't been picking up too many of these variants because I have the cards. So, but I thought that one was pretty cool. Darkhold Iron Man number 1. I read I think it was Darkhold Alpha from a week or two ago, and that was pretty interesting. I don't really know, why they need to tell this story now, but it's okay that they are because it's pretty fun. Eternals Forever number 1, just trying to bone up a little bit on my Eternals knowledge before the movie comes out next month. Iron Man 13, Alex Ross is still killing it with these awesome A covers. Way behind on this series, but I'm going to keep getting them at least until Alex Ross exits the book, although it's still probably pretty good, but I love these covers. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 31, behind on this series as well, but I'm excited to catch up. Shang-Chi number 5, I read this one today. Shang-Chi is still at odds with some of the top heroes in the Marvel Universe. This time he sort of slugs it out with Iron Man for a little bit. And the ending of this issue is pretty interesting because it's going to lead into a big conclusion, next issue, a conclusion for this story arc anyway. So I can't wait to see how that pans out. Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads number 4. Haven't read this series yet either, but I'm liking these covers. And I love Spider-Man in the symbiote costume, so can't wait to jump into that. And then X-Men number 4 with the trading card variant. I read this one just a little while ago, and it's good. I still need to catch up with... Still don't really know what's going on in the whole X-Men universe. I mean, I understand the basics, Krakoa, and they're on Mars now, and things like that, but I really need to catch up on this stuff, but I'm really liking this run so far. Over on the DC side, we've got Batman, the Audio Adventures Special number 1. I think this is the B cover. They just released like a new... audio serial of Batman, which is pretty cool. I haven't listened to it all yet. It started on HBO Max. Now it's also available as a podcast as well, which is probably a better way to listen to it. So unfortunately, I was hoping that this comic would match up with that so I could read this and listen along, but I don't think that's the case. So at least I listened to the first few minutes of the first episode and try to match it up with this, but I think they're slightly different stories. So, but still pretty cool to have this. Batman 89 number 3. I really hope the story gets going. The first 2 issues, it's been super fun revisiting this universe, but not a lot has happened in the first 2 issues. So I'm hoping that something gets going in this. One that I read last night that was really good, Batman the Imposter number 1. This is a Black Label title, so it's its own continuity, it's its own thing. Batman is in his 3rd year of being Batman, but it's set in modern day, like people have smartphones and things like that. But Batman is still a relatively new Batman, and there's somebody else out there dressing up as Batman, killing people, trying to besmirch his good name, and he's got to find out who. And what's really interesting is, how does he prove his innocence when nobody knows who he is in the first place? So that's really cool. I really like this one a lot. Batman Urban Legends number 8. Still haven't caught up on this series, but I like these anthology books, so I'm excited to check that out. Blue and Gold number 3. This one's fun. There's almost no better duo in comics than Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, so this is a fun book. Future State Gotham number 6. Behind on this one as well, but I dig the art style of these. These are really cool. I Am Batman number 2 with this really nice Matina variant cover. Behind on this one as well. What I want to do with this is reread all of the Future State Batman stuff with Jace Fox, and then jump into this and sort of just barrel through his whole legacy so far because I think it's really interesting. Joker number 8, this is going to go in my pile down here with all my other Tiny era Batman books, so I can catch up on all of them at once, but I'm excited to do that. Superman and the Authority number 4, I'm really excited to read this one now that all of the Superman titles have sort of converged together. So, especially, with the last issue of Action Comics, I can't remember which number, we see him, he's about to go off into War World. We see the Authority at the end of that issue. They're about to join him over in Superman, Son of Kal-El. Superman also said goodbye to John because he's going to go. So all of the super books are converging now because I felt like they've been a little bit disjointed. But this is the last issue of this. So what we're left with now is Superman, Son of Kal-El, John Kent, Superman on Earth. And then Action Comics, Superman, Clark Kent up in War World fighting Mongol, trying to free some ancient Kryptonians. And all of it is awesome. It's all really good. I recommend it if you're not reading it already. Titans United number 2. I love these covers. So this is the Raven variant. The first issue was really fun. These are being released day and date digital as well on the DC Universe Infinite app, which is really cool. But I like these covers, so I couldn't pass this one up. Over on the indies, it was another light image day, as they have been lately. Deep Beyond number 9. I dropped this from my pull list, but at this point, I think I'm probably just finish out the rest of the series because I think there's only 3 more. So unless they're just not in my pull box the next 3 months or whatever, I'll probably just stick with it and just power through the story at some point. And then, I know I've talked about dropping this book, but Department of Truth number 11, second print. Number 13 was the end of the second story arc, and I have all of them through that, except I missed number 11 the first time. So this is the second print, so now I've gotten all of them all the way through 13, and now I can stop and then just read the rest of the series in trades if it gets any better. I know that's maybe a little bit of blasphemy, but I'm just not enjoying this as much as everybody else is. So, but I'm sort of a completionist, so at least I have these first 2 story arcs, and then I'll just trade away the rest of them. That's all for Image. For the other indies, we've got He Who Fights with Monsters number 2. I read the first one just the other day, and I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. So, but I always try to give comics at least two issues to sort of grab hold of me. So we'll see how this one goes. If it's not any better than the first one, not saying that the first one was bad, it just didn't grab me like I wanted it to. So if this doesn't grab me, I'll probably hop off this after this issue. Monster Kill Squad number 2 from Bad Idea. I haven't read the first one yet, but I don't think I've read a Bad Idea book yet, so I expect this one to be fun as well. Maze Book number 2. The first one was really fun. It was sort of a little bit of a slow burn, just a little bit of a slow burn until the end, and it was one of those books where at the end you say, okay, yeah, I'm on board, and I'm on board with this, so I can't wait to see where this one goes. The Secret Land number 4, I think I'm 1 issue behind on this, but I've said it before, what I thought was just going to be a tale of spies and espionage is actually sort of becoming a sci-fi story now, which is really interesting. This is the last issue of this series, so I need to read numbers 3 and 4, and then we'll have a complete story. And then, last but not least, Deadbox number 2. This is another one where I didn't love the first issue as much as I wanted to. I thought it was going to be a little bit more creepy than it was, but it really wasn't. And the first issue I didn't really think made a lot of sense. So I'm hoping that this one is better. So just like He Who Fights Monsters, if I don't like this one any better than the first one, I'll probably hop off after this. So like I said, I didn't get any dollar issues this week, but I did get a few extra goodies, starting with the Nocterra Volume 1 trade paperback. I didn't really need this because I do have all the single issues, but this collects issues 1 through 6, which is all that's out so far. But it's one of those $10 Image trades that is just too hard to pass up. This is a great story. I really would like to reread this all in one sitting because it is a good story. And I think it'll be even better if you read it all at once rather than month to month. So I couldn't pass it up for $10. One nice story and one nice book. So that was a no-brainer. Philadelphia number 1 from Image. I don't think this was new this week, but every time I go into Infinity Flux, I like to look at their their trades and their collected editions and hardcovers and things like that. They have them in a few different places. They probably think I'm crazy when I go in there because I look at them all the time. And it's probably like, you look at these every time, there's nothing new. But every now and then I find something that I haven't seen before. And they had a couple of these sitting on one of their tables. And this is a story that I always wanted to read. I didn't find out about it until way after it had started. So I always intended to read it in trade. And it was just sitting there, and I just thought now would be a great time to get it. It's spooky season, it's October, this is a spooky book, so I just had to pick this one up. And then another one that's not new, but it's another book that I'd always intended on reading, Bitter Root. This is the first trade paperback as well. This collects, I think, the first first five issues. Supernatural, I think it's set in the 20s, in 20s Harlem. I really like the art. I've browsed through this digitally before, or at least a little bit. I think maybe the first issue was on Comixology Unlimited or something. But I've browsed through it. I really like the art. I really like the premise. 1920s sort of fighting ghosts and ghouls and demons and things like that. This sounds really, really interesting. I've always meant to check it out. It was just sitting on the shelf. Again, not new, but I thought, hey, let's go ahead and pick that up and add it to my shelf. And then last but not least, something that was new for this week, Batman Arkham Asylum, the hardcover. This is, I don't remember how many. This was originally, I think came out in single issues. I think I have this digitally, but this is a nice hardcover. More spooky tales of weird things going on in Arkham Asylum. So I thought, yeah, let's go ahead and add this to the collection for spooky season as well. Guys, that's it. That's actually all for today. And I know it seems like a lot, but comparatively speaking to what I normally get, it's kind of a lighter week, but that's okay. Still a lot of good stuff. Still a lot of fun stuff. I can't wait to dive in and read it all. So guys, if you like this video or any of the other videos on my channel, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a sarcastic thumbs up. And if nothing else, let me know what you picked up this week. Did you get a lot of trades? Are you diving into some collected editions? Did you get any dollar issues like I did not? Just let me know what you're reading. I love comic books. I could talk about them with a room full of people or just to a camera. Guys, remember, comic books are supposed to be fun. It's just another fun form of storytelling. The great thing about comics is that there is a ton of stuff out there, and it's super easy for you to find something that you like. If you don't like superheroes, that's fine, because there's a ton of non-superhero stuff. If you only like superhero stuff, well, there's a bunch of that too. It's super duper easy to find what you like, and it's super duper easy to ignore the stuff that you don't like. Also remember, guys, that regardless of the size of your haul every week or every month, the measure of a great haul is, what does it mean to you? As long as you are really enjoying the books that you're getting and they mean something new, it doesn't matter if you got 1 book or 10 books or 100 books. It's not the size that matters, it's what it means to you. So guys, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.